Hi, Schlockmeister fans. Get some British saucy humor, otherwise known as Victorian fantasies. This one's called The Groove Room, or What the Swedish Butler Saw. Let's check it out. This is young Jack Armstrong.
Absolutely no interest. While my parents gave me no information at all about the one subject that aroused all my curiosity. So, I began to investigate on my own.
Nude pics. As an adult, Jack finds out that his father was having an affair.
That father never followed the advice he had so forcefully impressed upon me. The letters proved that he'd been carrying on an affair with a rather passionate young lady named Helena. That asked for me.
Diana adores as Helena. He looks her up. She runs a brothel.
That's right. But why me? There are so many girls here for your pleasure. Ladies?
You don't understand. I really came here to meet you.
Oh. You prefer a woman of experience, I see.
Well, I'm interested in one of your experiences with my father.
Your father?
Anyway, shortly thereafter, he meets a young lady named Alice, and he's immediately smitten.
If you see staring at me in such a manner, I should be forced to call the guard. It is not the proper conduct for a gentleman, and I, for one, do not consider it a compliment, but rather an insult.
Forgive me, but it's...
I'm coming, Mother.
At one point, he tries to propose to her, but it's too late.
But Alice, look what I bought for you.
Oh, Jack, why didn't you speak sooner? I'm afraid I've already got one, and a fiancé to go with it. Father chose him.
Distraught, he tries to kill himself.
This would be
He's a photographer also, by the way.
Photograph of a suicide taken by the suicide in the history of photography. I failed in dying.
He goes back to Helena for some advice.
No, silly. To educate her. You had to be, but she needs it even more. Now try and forget you're such a proper gentleman and teach her what it's all about.
He still tries to woo her.
But Alice would never come alone. Alice?
Good afternoon, Jack.
If it wasn't Marion, she would come with Fanny.
Fanny has the thing with that guy. I believe her fiancé has passed away or something.
The power of mesmerism put both of my visitors under my will. Follow the movement of the stone with your eyes. You are getting very sleepy. Your eyelids are very heavy.
This doesn't work either. Anyway, while he's trying to woo Alice,
Suddenly,
Fanny and the other guy are going to be getting it on behind him. She eventually takes off all her clothes, which I can't show you. But then a storm hits and she can't leave.
I'm sorry. I'm a horrid little coward about a thunderstorm. It just terrifies me. Oh, not again.
Let's not give it a second thought. Come, let's go to my photographic studio. It's so quiet in there you won't even know there's a storm.
But that's not proper. Oh,
Now he's trying to capture her.
this is obscene, vile, disgusting, and in bad taste. How dare you show that picture to me?
He's got a bunch of nudes. He's planning to keep her there.
Insane, outrageously insulting, and I refuse to stay here and listen to you a moment longer. Let me out.
You're a prisoner, Alice.
Don't be absurd.
She tries to run away, but there's
I'll fight you
no place to go.
You'll never enjoy a moment of it, I promise you.
I'm glad you've taken this attitude, Alice. Think of all the fun that we might have missed.
He got her.
Oh, what's happening? Oh, what are you doing to me, Jack?
And then he starts to undress her. Turns out she might be actually into this, though. Well, he does get a look at her boobs, which I couldn't show you. But now he's going to cut it all off.
I'll do it. Loosen my arms.
That's being much more sensible.
I think she wants to get naked with
You
him.
might even enjoy what's going to happen.
Then she gets her completely naked and still tied up.
Dreadfully ticklish there.
Here
Yes.
and here.
No, Jack. I am not ticklish there.
Guess who else is in this movie? Jack the Ripper.
Kindly write your business on this.
And the police are searching for him.
Has ordered us to search for the Ripper. Do you understand? Jack the Ripper.
Your eyes look so real. They seem to follow you around the room.
You guessed it, Jack the Ripper's living in the walls.
I trust you found everything satisfactory, gentlemen.
Check out this thing.
It's called the Chinese tickler.
Oh, no. Not that, Jack. It'll kill me. I couldn't stand it.
Oh, nonsense. It's just what you need. Give me, Alice.
I knew it. Having exposed me, mauled me, heaped indignities upon me, at the last minute you proved to be a rabbit after all.
He gets naked in front of her. It's the first penis she's ever seen.
Why? It's extraordinary.
Well, it may perhaps be above average, but
I'm not as shocked as I thought I'd be.
Well, as they make love for the first time, Jack the Ripper pops out of the walls. Well, he spins them around a bit, and then he just disappears back into the wall.
the couch. You let me make love to you.
Because I chose to, Jack. Did you really think you could force me to do anything I didn't want to do? Or deny me anything I really want? And right now, I want you. Oh, yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
They get married.
I often wonder who trapped whom that afternoon in the snuggery.
So does Fanny. So our last scene in the movie, the couples are making love together. Jack the Ripper pops out one more time and is about to take a life and changes his mind at the sights he sees. And our silly little farce comes to an end. Alright, let's talk about the Groove Room, or what the Swedish Butler saw, or A Man with a Maid. Or, if you've been watching my channel, you know I do a lot of the private screenings VHS movies that came out in the late 80s. I had that movie, I have a pre-recorded VHS of it under the title Victorian Fantasies. That's how I originally came to know this movie. Found out it was available on DVD as The Groove Room. So here we go, right? Anyway, it's a Swedish-made film starring a guy named Olli Saftak or something like that. His name is not even on here, damn it. Sue Longhorse was the chick. God, they don't even have his name in here. He was the star. But anyway, it's Olli something like that. And he did a lot of these types of movies throughout the 70s. I think he did Bedside Headmaster. He did The Bedroom, which I think I reviewed maybe about a year ago. I don't know. But he always played these silly, sexy type, saucy roles. And that's what it is here. Anyway, it takes place, I guess, in the 1880s. We see a little bit from him as a kid, then he grows up, and then he has this fascination with this woman named Alice. He wants her, he eventually tries to woo her, proposes to her, but it's too late. And I think her husband, or fiance, dies, so he still has another chance at her. He basically wants to keep her prisoner somehow, so he gets her over to his house, and then he traps her in the house, doesn't let her out. The doors are all locked. He has all these weird devices and things, way ahead of their time for the 1880s, I guess. Devices and contraptions thing designed to hold her. Eventually he gets her trapped in a net, ties her up. She's hanging like from the ceiling a little bit with her arms up, and he decides he's gonna like take her clothes off and look at her boobs, and she's got one of those, those corsets and things, these strings and all this. I don't know, they wore a weird fashion back then. And she's like, and he can't get it off. He's like, this is hard. And the woman's like, whatever you do, don't pull the string. Because clearly she wants him to do this. So he like pulls the string, pops out her boobs, and he's like, oh, those are magnificent, fantastic, just as I imagined. Well, it turns out she's kind of into this a little bit, so she's kind of okay with it. She's just play acting, basically. So eventually he gets her completely naked. Ultimately, they end up doing it on the chair. Now, also, there's a backdrop to this movie. Apparently, Jack the Ripper is loose in the area. So I guess this is taking place in London. I don't know. Police come to search the house. They don't find any evidence of the Ripper. But we see that Jack the Ripper is living in the walls. His eyes are like in this portrait of the Queen that he has up there. And they move and stuff. But the cops can't figure that out. At one point, Jack the Ripper comes out when the two of them are making love. And he presses some devices and makes their chair spin around, and they don't notice it or anything. Like he just goes back and hides in the wall. Ultimately, the woman, Alice, basically entraps him into marrying her. They get married. They come back, and there's like this big foursome going on in the bed. Jack the Ripper comes out one more time, and he's going to kill them. And then I guess he was so taken back at what the sex he was saying that he just ran off, and that's our movie. I don't know, just a ridiculous film. But plenty of nudity. The actress who plays Alice, Sue Longhurst, is a pretty good-looking actress. Now, this movie apparently came out in 3D in the 70s. I think it was under that title of what the Swedish Butler saw. I did find poster art online, though, as The Groove Room, too, so that did exist. And in fact, this DVD actually comes with 2 pairs of 3D glasses in case you want to watch it with a friend. Now, the DVD itself actually has a 2D version and a 3D version. I've watched the 2D version because I do not have a 3D television. I don't know anybody who does, but nonetheless, in fact, whoever had this DVD before me didn't watch it either because they're still in there wrapping there. So, but anyway, that's it. The Groove Room DVD, I don't think it's all that prevalent, but you can find it if you look hard enough. I'll leave a link to Amazon if they have it. I think they do. But if you can find this, you can usually get this for about $40. So it's not cheap, but it's not ridiculously priced either. So, but anyway, it's something put out by the Guilty Pleasures people. So I guess it's a guilty pleasure of mine, right? Had to have it. So anyway, check it out. It's The Groove Room. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments. Watch it. Bye.